All right, good morning, everybody. So today we don't need any equipment, just your body. I say welcome to Strength and Balance. It's been a crazy day. Welcome to Strength and Balance. It is election day, so hopefully everybody voted. So just your body weight today. Make sure you have water nearby. We will stand up on be up on our feet for part of the class. We will be down on the floor for part of the class. So make sure you're ready to transition. We're going to start up on our feet. Let me start some music. All right, we're good to go. So we're going to start off with those big shoulder rolls like usual. Warm up the shoulders, left arm and right arm. Alternate. Try to get as big of a circle that you can. Let's do one more each side. And then take those arms forward. So switch direction. Wake up the shoulders. Today is Tuesday. My week's all screwed up. So hopefully we had a great weekend. One more each side. And then swimmers. So we'll have that soft bend in your knee. Bring one arm forward, one arm back. Wake up the arms. One more each side. Then open up that chest. So arms come out to the side. Bring the hands a little bit behind the midline of the body. Make sure the shoulders don't come up. We want to keep them down. Then give yourself a hug. One arm comes on top of the opposite, on top of the other. Then open up and the opposite side comes on top. Last one. And release. Now roll those shoulders back. So bring the shoulders forward, up, around, and down. Forward, up, around, and down. Try to, again, get as much range of motion that you can in that shoulder. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Last one. Keep those shoulders down and back and take your head, look to the right and to the left. To the right and to the left. Try to get as much range of motion that you can in the neck. Again, keep the shoulders down. One more each side. And release. Heels to the front. So alternating heels to the front. When you have those heels to the front, you can chop the arms. One more each side. Then let's take our feet and tap it back. Now, when we tap those toes back, we're not shifting our weight and stepping back. We want to keep that midsection nice and solid, balance here on that stationary foot as we step that opposite leg back, squeeze the butt. Let's do one more each side. Now we are going to stabilize on that right foot and bring your left heel forward and left toes back. Heel forward, toes back. Now you can press through that heel of the stationary leg a little bit more, come down a little bit lower to make it a little bit harder. You can go a little quicker or stay slow. But we want to make sure that we maintain a nice strong core. And the only thing that's moving is that leg that's moving from the hip and the knee. And then arms if you add the arms as well. And let's switch it to the other side. Soft bend in the knee and heel and toe on the opposite side. Let's do one more. And release. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. And we are going to stop here. Arms at shoulder height. Palms pointed towards the floor. Small circles in one direction. Nice straight arm. And the opposite direction. And release. Alternate arms overhead. So left arm comes overhead, then the right arm. Shift your weight. And when you come up, I come up on that toe of that same arm that's overhead. So shift your weight over, keeping that core tight. Try to focus on that balance on that stationary strong leg. Let's do one more each side. Then we are going to take our body, pivot on that back toe and twist across. So we are pivoting on that toe. Make sure, a lot of people hinge at the waist and lean forward, but I want you to stay upright, keeping that core tight and just reach. Reach, extend that arm long and reach without hinging forward. One more each side and release. Now we are going to drive the elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades. As we do this, we are going to shift our weight and kick your butt. So get the butt kicks first, then add the elbows, driving the elbows back. Now keep the elbows close to the body, shoulders down, and squeeze those shoulder blades together behind your back. One more each side. Then we'll stand here, feet about hip width distance apart. Hands are going to come up by your head. 10 good mornings. So remember that good morning, you have a soft bend in the knee, hinging at the waist, so you're pushing your butt back, making sure that your chest is up, eyes are forward. Those elbows come parallel to the floor, so it's important that they don't fall in. There's my cat. And then when you come up, squeeze the butt. So we're gonna go for 10. When you finish your 10, hands come up to center and alternate your high knees. So keeping your core tight, we'll bring that left knee up and down slowly with control, and then the other side. Take your time. Let's do one more each side. And release. One more time with those good mornings. So your hands are up. So we should feel this down the glutes, the hamstrings. Hands are up, hips away, soft bend in the knee, push the butt back. And if you can, we can extend that right arm down to the shin or the toes or the knee of that opposite leg. We want to stay square. So make sure that elbow that's up is not rotating. We want to keep that, the shoulders square and the hips square. Let's do one more each side. And release. We're going to go right into your air squats. So I'd like you to do up to 10, however many you feel confident and comfortable with in that proper form. We're only going to do one set now, and we'll get back to it after we come down to the floor. So just so you know, we'll take a little bit of a break, but the key is perfect form. So your feet can open up wider than your hips. Abdomen is tight. Push your hips away. Chest is up. Weight is pressed through the heels, but you want to keep the toes down as you come down and back on up. That was 1. Let's go up to 10, however many you can do with that perfect form. When you finish yours, we're going to take 2 steps to your left, keeping the feet parallel, and 2 steps to the right. Left and right. When you have this, you can add the arms coming forward, swing the arms a little bit. Make sure that you're not moving forward or back. We want to press out through the heel so we really hit the side of your leg. So if you have a mat or a line that's on the floor, a good way to tell if you're staying in line is to keep that line in the middle of your foot, or you can have your toes at the front of the line. And you want to stay relatively close to that line. That way we know we're hitting the hips, we're hitting the abductors. Let's do 2 more to the right. And then we're going to go right into your 10 calf raises. So up on the toes and down, keeping that core nice and tight. And when you finish with 10, have a quick sip of water, and we are going to make our way down to the floor for a little bit. So come on down to the floor. We're going to stay down on the floor for a little bit, but we will pop back up to our feet. So just so you know, have whatever you need near you. On the floor, we will start off on your back with your knees bent, core is tight. When you come down to the floor, we want to relax those shoulders down. Arms are long by your side, and walk the fingers towards the heels. That'll relax the shoulders away from ears. A lot of times when we're stressed, or if we're just in that position where we don't think about it, the shoulders come up. So we really want to think about dropping the shoulders down. Then from here, I'm going to move my left hand so you can see it. I'm going to have you hold the pelvic tilt. So you're going to press that low back down to the floor. When that low back comes down to the floor, your pubic bone comes up towards your heart. So we squeeze and engage that abdomen. That is to tighten up your core. And that is your pelvic tilt. So we will do 10 of those. So let's press that low back down, squeeze, and release. And 2. Make sure you hold each pelvic tilt for a couple seconds to really feel it, to really engage the muscles that are working. That's 3. And 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And here's 10. You can release and pull that right knee in towards your chest. Extend the left leg long and circle that right foot in one direction. Think slow, controlled circles with that right foot. And the opposite direction. And release. Switch legs. So now pull that left knee in, right leg is long, and big circles with that left ankle in one direction. Same foot, opposite direction. And release. Let's bend both knees and hold that pelvic tilt. From here, we will lift up into a bridge, lifting the hips up, squeezing the butt. Now make sure you have that strong pelvic tilt. By making sure you have that strong pelvic tilt, that way your back won't arch and it'll protect that low back. Make sure you're pressing through the heels, but keep the toes down too and using that whole foot to stabilize. Then lower down. That was 1. We will go for 10, please. And 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one here. And you can release on down. From here, I'm going to have you extend both legs long. Now on that right leg, we will flex that right foot. First, make sure you hold that strong pelvic tilt. Flex that right foot, lift that right leg up as high as you can, holding that strong pelvic tilt and keeping a straight leg. Then point the toes and come back down. 10 on the right and 10 on the left. This is 2. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. That's 10 on the right. Now we're going to switch right away into the left. Flex that left foot. Hold that strong pelvic tilt. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Keep that core tight. 8. 9. And 10. You can release. If you need to, pull both knees in towards your chest. Just rock those knees side to side. We are going to go back into your bridge. This time a nice wide stance with your feet. Make sure that the knees are in line with the ankles, meaning that we don't want to rotate so the knees are out or in. We want to keep the same distance apart between the knees that are with those ankles. A strong pelvic tilt, then lift the hips up, squeeze. Make sure the knees don't come in. As you come up, we want to squeeze the glutes and feel this in the hips. And then come back on down. We're going for 10. This is 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. You can release, pull both knees into your chest, hug them in, and rock side to side. From here, we are going to release and roll on over to your stomach. So take your time, flip over. When you are on your stomach, we will push back into child's pose. Just relax here for a second. Wait for everybody to flip over. And so keep flipping if you're flipping over. We're going to start into that hydrant. So that hydrant, we will keep your wrist in line with shoulder, knees in line with hips, tuck the toes. So make sure the top of the foot isn't down. We want to tuck the toes. From here, we have a nice strong stance. So drop the shoulders away from ears, squeeze the abdomen, hips and shoulders are square. We will do 10 hydrants on a side. So let's lift that left knee open to the left and bring it back down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. That's 9. And 10. When you finish on one side, you can either push back into child's pose and take a second, or you can get right into the opposite side. I'm going to get right into lifting that right knee out to the right and back down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And that's 10. You can release, push back into child's pose. And come up to that tabletop position again. Let's do a few cat-cow. So tuck your chin, tuck the tail, and pause. Then lift the chin and lift the tail and pause. Try to get as much range of motion that you can in the spine. Let's do one more in each direction. And release. Take your time. We're going to make our way back up to standing. You can get a quick sip of water if need be. Grab some water. We're going to get back to those squats. So when you're ready, we are going to get back into those squats, just like we did the first set. So if you got whatever number you got to last time, try to notice if you can get a little further. If you didn't get it to 10, if you did get to 10, notice, is it easier or harder this time? Do you feel different muscles working? We did hit the hips and glutes a little bit more of a warm up. So your range of motion might be a little better. So just keep all that in mind when we do our second set. So back to those squats. Abdomen is tight. Open up that stance about a little wider than hip width. I like actually pretty wide, so that's up to you. Chest up, hips away. As we come down, try to get lower than a bench and back on up and stand up nice and tall. Make sure we're leading with the head. Press up right through the heels. That's 2. Again, however many you can do with that perfect form. Make sure we have that a little external rotation on the knee. I am noticing that it's much easier for me to get down a little lower this time because we had that little bit of a warm up on the floor for the hips and glutes. I lost count. I think that's my 10-ish. When you finish your 10-ish, you can kick it out. We are going to get back into those heel and toes. So this time, with the heel and toe, I'd like you to challenge yourself a little bit and try to get a little lower to the ground, a little bit lower in that stance. The key is we really want to press through that heel, but we do want to feel that quad, glute, and hamstring working, especially that quadricep. So nice and low, abdomen is tight, then the opposite heel comes forward and toes come back. And let's release. Hopefully you can feel it a little bit more in that quad this time, then we'll switch to the opposite side. So same thing, lower on this side and heel and toe. And release, come on up, kick out the legs. We are going to go into one last set of squats. So this is our last set of squats today, which means if you can do 15 with perfect form, fine, do a few more. If you can't get to, if you can only get to 2 because we've done so many squats already with perfect form, fine. I don't care how many you get to, but the key is perfect form. I'm not there to yell at you, so be honest with yourself. Chest is up, shoulders back, shoot for 10-ish, but see how you feel. Challenge yourself, and your number is what's important. Don't pay attention to my number. Chest is up, shoulders back, hips away, down and up. When you finish your number, you can release. We are going to go right into that balance walk. Now, like at Berkshire South, when we have the gym, we can use the lines on the floor, but I don't have lines on my floor. So I'm going to use the mat like I did one other time. If you have a mat, you can walk around the mat. If you have a line on the floor that's straight, please use that. Try to actually see something that you can use. So don't just hope for the best, because I'm not in a line, as you can tell, all right? So what we're gonna do is you wanna step on that line with one foot. Then your opposite foot is that heel is going to touch the toe, and that line is going to stay in the middle, of your feet. I can't look at you and talk. So that middle line is going to stay in the middle of your foot. Then we are going to just walk forward. The key is we don't want to round and hunch. We want to keep those shoulders down, focus on posture. Use your eyes to glance down, but make sure we're not rounding. We want to keep those shoulders back. Balance walk. How's our balance? I was gonna say after all that Halloween candy, but I didn't have any Halloween candy. I don't know. Maybe I have to go to the store. There's probably a sale. When you make one lap around your mat, or when you feel you're good, you can grab a sip of water. Then we are going to make our way back down to the floor. This time when we come down to the floor, we will start in that prone position. So on your stomach facing down, you can start in that child's pose if you would like. So make your way down. Make sure, like always, that your heart rate is down before you make your way down to the floor. I'm going to come down, push my hips over my heels, and just hold in that child's pose for a second. Walk the hands forward. Take a couple deep breaths in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. So as you can see, I brought my timer, which always means that plank. So we will start off in a plank. We are going to start off in that high plank today. So the wrist will be, arms will be long, wrist in line with shoulders, back is flat. Now, as everybody's coming down, I'm going to talk about the high plank, and I'm going to get in the high plank first. But I mean, if you want to, you can, but I'm not timing you yet. So that wrist will be in line with shoulder. And I like to tell people lately that if you step one leg out back and then that other leg, you'll maintain that nice straight line with your body. Whereas I see sometimes a lot of people will just come from here, tuck their toes and then stick up, and then their butt ends up in the air. So if you keep those shoulders down, step one leg back and then the other back, you're in that perfect plank position, and then it's easier to hold. Well, it's not easier to hold because you're in the proper position, but you'll be in the proper position. So that's bonus. Okay, the good news is we're only going for 30 seconds. So wrist in line with shoulders, step one leg back, everybody up and hold, please. Shoulders down, hips and shoulders are square. Pull the belly button up towards your spine. Make sure you are breathing. We are halfway home. That is 15 seconds. 10 more seconds to go. And release on down. You can push back into child's pose. Relax here for a second. How did that feel for you? I can't hear you, so just tell yourself how that felt. We are going to come on down now on your stomach and we'll alternate your leg lifts. So come on down on your stomach. Head will stay down on your hands. And from here, we are going to lift your left leg up, squeeze the butt, but the hip stays down. And then the other side. 10 per side, please. She's eating my hair. One more each side for me. Then you can release and push back into child's pose if you need to relax that back at all. Then we'll come down and into your low plank. So this time we'll go into that forearm plank. Forearms are parallel. Elbow is in line with your shoulder. Again, Hips and shoulders are square and that back is nice and flat. Another 30 seconds. Same thing is true here. Step that foot one leg back to get in that proper form. Up and hold, please. 30 seconds. So again, elbows in line with the shoulder. Back is flat. Make sure the butt's not up. We want to tuck the tail. Ten more seconds. And release on down. Push back into your child's pose. And you can come back up into that tabletop position. You're going to go right into your bird dog. So I'm going to give you a choice. Either that static hold bird dog, or we will go into the dynamic bird dog. If you are doing your dynamic bird dog, today it's 15 per side. So today it's 15 per side. If you're holding, hold while I do 15 per side. Then we'll switch. So let's talk about that bird dog first. Wrist in line with shoulder, knee is in line with hips, abdomen is tight. Right arm forward, palm face in, thumbs up towards the ceiling. Left leg is back, flex the foot. From here, you can bring the elbow and knee into center, but keep them straight and then extend long. That's 1. And 2. If you're just holding, that's 3. You're just holding right here. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. Well, I'm back. I got kicked off and we're still recording. That's good news. Okay, so hopefully you did bird dogs, 15 on each side. Did I do my other side? I don't think I did. Anywho, I'm back. Let's do 15 more on the other side. I don't think I did. Okay. So left arm is forward. Right leg is back. 15 more. That's 1. And 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Keep going. 11. 12. 13. 14. That is 15. The music didn't switch over. So flip on over to your back when you're ready. There, now I think you can. And give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hold on, let me get it to you. Thumbs up. Okay, good. Okay, sorry about that. My internet crapped out. Use Spectrum. Okay, on your back. On your back, we are going to go right into your dying bug. Set here so that core is tight. Knees are bent at 90 degrees. Shoulders are down. Arms are up. Fingers are pointed up towards the ceiling. So make sure the arms don't go overhead. We want that wrist straight in line all the way up to the ceiling, right in line with that shoulder. Drop the shoulders down, pelvic tilt. From here, we are going to drop that left heel and right arm down to the floor in opposite directions. Then up to center, then the opposite side, and center. That's 1. We are going for 10. That's 2. and 2, 3, and 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9. One more each side. Keep that pelvic tilt nice and strong. And you can release and pull both knees in towards your chest. Hug them in. Rock side to side. Extend both legs long. Both arms are long overhead. Reach in opposite directions. Make sure you take a couple deep breaths in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Sink into the stretch. And pull that right knee into your chest. Hug it in. And hamstring stretch on the right. So extend that right leg long. Bottom of the right foot is up towards the ceiling. Flex the foot and pull that right leg towards your chest. And release. Bend that knee. Extend that right leg long. Same thing on the left. Pull the left knee in first. Then extend that leg long. Hamstring stretch on the left. And release, bend the knees. Arms out at shoulder height, drop the knees over to the right, head to the left, and hold. Then knees over to the left, head to the right, and hold. And back to center. Cross your right ankle over left knee. Then reach behind that left knee and pull the left knee in towards your chest for that piriformis stretch. And release. Uncross, same thing on the opposite side. So cross that left ankle over right knee. Then pull that right knee in towards your chest. So you're going to take your hands and reach behind that right knee and pull it in. And release. Roll over to your left side. On your left, extend both legs long. Then from here, pull that top heel back towards your butt for your quadricep stretch. And release. Same thing on the opposite side. So take your time, roll on over to the right. Straight line with your body. Then reach for that left ankle, pull that left heel back towards your butt for your quadricep stretch on the left. And release. You can roll forward and into that child's pose. Make sure you walk your hands forward. Heels are, butt is down on your heels. And arms are long. Then keeping your butt down on the heels and keeping the arms long, we're going to take your hands and walk them over to the left and hold. And to the right and hold. Back to center. Then we are coming down flat on your stomach. Bring the elbows back next to the chest, hips stay down, chest comes up into that cobra. Make sure the hips are touching the floor. If you have the flexibility, you can come up onto the hands again, but I see a lot of people lift the hips up, so the hips have to be down when you lift up. And release, push back into child's pose again. And then back to that cat-cow. Arch and sway. Tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Then lift the chin and lift the tail. And when you're ready, you can flip on over, sit up on your butt, extend both legs long. So start off with your hands behind the back, legs are long, flex the feet. And walk your hands forward. And if you can, hinge a little bit forward and reach towards the toes. We want to keep the knees down. We want to feel this in the back of the leg. And release. Sit however you are comfortable. If you prefer to stand, now you can come up to your feet. When you are ready, roll the shoulders back. Then bring the arms out at shoulder height. Palms up towards the ceiling, look up, push your thumbs back. And release. Take your head and look to the right and drop your chin. And then head to the left and drop your chin. Back to center. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Good job, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Sorry about my internet.